What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Elo Bandit, and today I'm here to talk about a really cool gimmick. This is Beat Up Weavile, and it's not what you're expecting. It's not the doubles justified with Terrakion or anything like that. I actually don't like that strategy very much, which is why I haven't really covered it on this channel. But no, this is a single strategy. This is an anything goes strategy. It deals with how the damage from beat up is calculated, and it's really cool actually. All credit for the strategy goes to the Pokemon Showdown player Rashe. Not exactly sure how they pronounce it, but yes, they totally found out about the strategy. It's all them. This is just kind of my spin on it and my analysis of it.
Take my hand through the flame. I torture you. I'm a slave to your games. I wanna chain you up. I wanna tie you down. I'm just a sucker for pain. I'm a sucker for pain. I got the squad tatted on me from my neck to my ankles. The pressure from the man got us all in rebellion. We gon' go to war, yeah, without failure. Do it for the fam, dog. 10 toes down, dog. Love and the loyalty, that's what we stand for. Alienated by society. All this pressure give me anxiety. Walk slow through the fire. Like who gon' try us? Feeling the world go against us. So we put the world on our shoulders. I torture you. Take my hand through the flame. I torture you. I'm a slave to your games. I wanna chain you up. I wanna tie you down. I'm just a sucker for pain.
Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the team a little bit. The star of the show is Weavile, okay? So Weavile, it's the fastest and hardest hitting user of Beat Up, which is the move that we're talking about. So 125 speed, 120 attack, both very, very high. Not the highest since this is anything goes tier. It's not OU, it's anything goes, which is the reason that we get to use 4 Deoxys. In the original team made by Rashe, however you want to pronounce it, that which is linked in the description, by the way, go check that out. Instead of a Landorus, they used a Mega Mewtwo X, which has a much higher attack stat. It actually has the highest attack stat in the game. The reason that I chose Landorus here, there's actually a couple reasons. First of all, it means that you get Stealth Rocks up, which is huge. This team loses out on a lot of important KOs without Stealth Rocks up, which I think is super important. Additionally, a slow bulky Landorus can U-turn out. Basically, it's a safe switch into Weavile, which is incredibly important. If you use Deoxys attack, you have to Mega Evolve it, meaning you usually lead with it, meaning that it's vulnerable, and so is your Weavile. That's why I like Lander T. You get a U-turn out of stuff that you don't want to take, that you don't want your Weavile to take damage from. Additionally, you are super bulky. You've got Intimidate. You've got maxed out HP. Actually, what I should do is 81 and 8. That's actually better. And also Lumberry. Lumberry, since status conditions prevent you from assisting the beat up, it's very important that you do not get status turn 1, so that's what Lumberry is for. Alternatively, you could run a Focus Sash, I guess, if you're really afraid of like Ice Moves or like Setup Sweepers or something. I think Lumberry is the best, but there are other options here. Weavile, of course, Choice Band, Beat Up. So Beat Up, all healthy allies aid in damaging the target. Healthy allies means you cannot be statused or dead. And basically what Beat Up does, each ally has their base attack divided by 10 and then 5 added to it for their portion of the attack. So the thing hits 6 times. And with all of these 4 Deoxys attacks, which have 180 base, plus the Landorus with 145, plus the Weavile with 120, that adds up to just under 300 base power, which is actually really scary compared to like 70 from Night Slash, like, or I think it calcs to like 94-ish if you knock off an item with knockoff. So yeah, insane damage on this move. And Beat Up has a lot of perks. Other than that, it doesn't make contact. It doesn't proc Iron Barbs or Rocky Helmet or Rough Skin. It goes through sub. It breaks the sub and keeps attacking because it's a multi-hit move. It does not have a chance to miss. It's 100% accurate. Let's see. Also, it has the advantage of hitting softly several times instead of one big hit, meaning that Counter and Metal Burst barely do a thing back. And as a very last pro to it, it does not lose power based on attacking Megas, which Knockoff usually does, which is a huge flaw of Dark types in the Anything Goes tier. And as a side note, instead of a Choice Band, you do have the option to run a King's Rock. Now, this is holders attacks without a chance to flinch gain a 10% chance to flinch. If we want to do a little bit of statistics, a 10% chance to flinch over 6 attacks in the turn, it calculates to roughly 47% chance to flinch. That's almost half. That's actually ridiculously good. So yeah, King's Rock is actually definitely a viable option, but I think the reliable damage from Choice Band gets you a lot of one-hit KOs that you would otherwise miss. Other things about this team, so okay, you've got the Landorus, Standard, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, U-Turn. It's a pretty basic Landorus, actually. You could run something else here. You could run, like, Hidden Power Ice is actually an option to hit other things that are super weak to ice, like Landorus, like Dragons. You can run Knockoff here if you wanted to. You could run Superpower. But either way, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Stone Edge, U-Turn, this is probably the best set for the Landorus on this team. If you wanted to use Mega Mewtwo instead, Mega Mewtwo X, that's of course the original one, and it ran maximum speed and then split between attack and defense. And it had Drain Punch, Taunt, Earthquake, and Ice Punch, I believe. You could also sub that out for Zen Headbutt or something else, but it's kind of whatever coverage you need. That has the advantages of, it is bulky. It has Taunt to shut down leads, which is nice. It also has a secondary fighting type, which means that moves targeted at it tend to not hit Weavile super effectively. The downside is it does not have access to any sort of Volt Switch, U-Turn. It's got no way to bring in Weavile safely, which is, I think, really important. That's why I'm using Landorus. Moving on to the Deoxys, they're all basically the same. The only difference is coverage. So you can run one with Knockoff, you can run one with Fire Punch, with Poison Jab, with Thunder Punch. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much. You're going to be using Extreme Speed Superpower Psycho Boost most of the time. Even if this strategy fails, 4 Deoxys attack is ridiculously powerful. They've got pitiful defenses, of course, like literally nothing here. But their offenses are so insane that it totally makes up for it. The combination of Psycho Boost plus Extreme Speed knocks out Xerneas, and even if it's set up, Poison Jab plus Extreme Speed will do the same thing. Yeah, Poison Jab hits Fairies, Fire Punch hits Steels and Grass, Knockoff hits a lot of things, and Thunder Punch for, water types, that sort of stuff. So generally, you're going to be relying on these 3 moves with your Deoxys when you use them. And I'm sure I've got some clips here of Deoxys just putting in work.
I've been at it with my homies, it don't matter, you don't know me. I've been rolling with my team, we the illest on the scene. I've been riding around the city with my squad. I've been riding around the city with my squad.
Okay, so let's talk real quickly about pros and cons, and I'm going to try and wrap this video up. So pros of this team, of course, you hit ridiculously hard. Beat Up, just insane base power. You got good speed, you can use it. You do have to lead with it. That's the thing. You got to use this thing early or not at all. But yeah, you do hit super, super hard, and you can take down a lot of things. Cons. You are walled by some things. There are some physical walls. There are some fairy types like Xerneas and Arceus Fairy that just completely wall you. You got to deal with them with one of your Deoxys, and then your strategy goes kind of downhill. The upside, of course, is that your team is versatile. You have the tools to deal with threats. Even if you don't get to pull off your strategy, you do have a functioning team. You do have a choice-banded Weavile. It's got Icicle Crush. It's got Ice Shard for Mega Ray. It's got Low Kick. You know, this team, it's got the coverage. It's got the power. Even if you don't pull off the gimmick, you can still do damage. That's the really important thing. That's what kind of puts this gimmick apart. Other than that, don't accidentally hit beat up on a justified Pokemon. That's not fun.
We just posted getting crazy, living like this is so amazing. Hold up, take a step back when we roll up, cause I know what. We've been loyal, we've been fan, we the ones you're trusting. Won't hesitate to go straight.
Also, as a side note, there's actually an even gimmickier way to use this. The Showdown user, Carrie Stero, thought up a really cool thing with Assist Liepard with a King's Rock. So it's basically a priority beat up, because Assist calls a random move, but if the only move to call is beat up, it'll just spam that. The team is the Liepard, a Weavile with beat up, and then a bunch of Deoxys. Basically, just hits beat up every turn and decimates its opponents. Flinch chance, of course, is almost 50% with that King's Rock, and you do have priority with the Prankster. I'm going to go ahead and show that battle because that was just so funny. It's not as reliable, but it's definitely hilarious.
Your head like a concussion. I know I've been busting, no discussion for my family. No hesitation through my scope. I see my enemy like, what's up? Hold up, we finna reload up. Yes, I reload up. I know what up. I know what up.
I torture you. Take my hand through the flame. I torture you. I'm a slave to your games. I wanna chain you up. I wanna tie you down. I'm just a sucker for pain.
Devoted to destruction, a full dosage of detrimental dysfunction. I'm dying slow, but the devil trying to rush me. See, I'm a fool for pain. I'm a dummy, might cut my head off right after I slit my throat. Tongue kiss a shark, got jealous bitches up in the boat, eating peanut butter and jellyfishes on toast. And if I get stung, I get stoked, might choke like I chewed a chunk of charcoal. Naked in the North Pole, that's why my heart cold, full of sorrow. A lost soul, and only Lord knows when I'm coming to the crossroads. So I don't fear shit but tomorrow. And I'm a sucker for pain. It ain't nothing but pain. You just fucking complain. You ain't tough as you claim. Just stay up in your lane. Just don't fuck with Lil Wayne. I'ma jump from my plane or stand in front of a train, cause I'm a sucker for pain.
Used to doing bad, now we feel like we just now getting there. Ain't got no other way, so we started and finished it. No pain, no gain. Never stay.
Thank you all so much for watching. I really enjoyed testing and making this video. This strategy is awesome. You can go ahead and check out the original Rate My Team by Rashe. It's in the description. All credit goes to Rashe, the sole creator of this strategy. Very fun. Definitely would recommend trying this out. That about sums it up. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you tune in next time.